Jurors ready? Yes. Okay. You can bring them back in. Mr. Carter, you may retake the witness stand. All right, welcome back, everyone. You may be seated. You may continue, Mr. Lawler.
Thank you. May it please the court? Let me get situated right now. Well, we're starting to talk about juries after you got sprayed and you were trying to throw it to the ground. Take the jury through after that, you walking away from there, and take us through what happened next.
When I got sprayed out of the bear hug and I was spun around, I caught my balance and I didn't hit the ground, and my momentum took me up the street. So I took a couple steps, and as I was walking, I was using my shirt to wipe the spray out of my eyes, which I've learned now is actually worse. I said, as I was walking, I caught like a white figure next to me, which I assumed was Joanne, since she'd been standing there before I was sprayed. And I said, "Joe, tell him. Joe, tell him." I was just trying to get her to stop what was ever going to happen.
What happened next?
I turned around, towards the white figure, and I'm saying, "Joe, tell him. Joe, tell him." And I got hit in my midsection.
What happened when you got hit?
I hit the ground.
Did you know what hit you?
Not at the time, no, sir.
Did you learn who hit you?
Yes, sir.
Who was it?
Officer Cruz.
Had you ever had any aggressive manner towards him to justify that hit?
No, sir.
Okay, so after you got hit and hit the ground, take us through what happened next.
I got back up, and I put my hands up immediately, and I started to walk away. And at that time, I felt a sharp pain in my left shoulder.
How sharp was it?
It felt excruciating, but it was a split second. And when I felt that pain, I spun around. And when I spun around, I saw a figure in front of me. And I said, please don't do this to me. I assumed it was the officer.
Okay, did you notice that what hit you was actually a contact taser that Officer Cruz had in his hand?
I do now, sir.
Did you know it at the time?
No, sir.
Did you ever attempt to hit his arm or hit the taser and knock it out of his hand?
No, sir. When I spun around, I said, please don't do this to me.
Did you, when you spun around, you got to get, like,
Yeah, I was very frustrated at the escalation of the situation. And when I turned around, I spun around with my hand still up, and I saw the figure, and I said, please don't do this to me.
kind of go like that?
No, sir.
The video kind of showed you doing something like that.
When I spun around with my hands up, I spun around, and I looked at the figure, and I said, please don't do this to me. And I turned back around.
Was there any way when you turned, did you see the thing he was holding in his hand fall to the ground?
No, sir.
Did you knock anything out of his hand?
No, sir. When I spun, I didn't feel anything.
After that, what did you do?
I turned back around, and I heard a crackling noise.
Okay. And is that the second part of the cell phone video where that starts, to your knowledge?
I believe so, yes, sir.
Okay. Can we publish that to the jury?
Yes.
Thank you. If you could come down. This is the second cell video that Mr. Taylor showed. Explain to the jury what's going on here.
This was right after contact tasing on that shoulder. When I spun around, the officer said, please don't do this.
And what did he do? What did he have in his hand now?
I'm not sure. He saw me.
But at this point, did he have the taser in his hand?
I don't want to. Yes, sir.
Throughout this whole time, explain to the jury the effects that you were feeling from the pepper spray.
I was just seeing figures. My face was still burning. My eyes were irritable. It was just a horrible sensation.
Did you know funny?
Yes, sir.
Were you disoriented anyway?
Remark for concentration about the location was from the doctor.
Okay, well, go ahead. We're going to talk about the video. This video here.
Well, do you want me to make a ruling, or are you just going to go ahead? Okay, let me just make a ruling.
Sure.
Okay. If you're going to ask him questions about the video, he may stand next to the video. As you ask him questions about it, he explains it. But if you're going into other areas, he needs to be on the witness stand, and you need to be at the podium.
You want to approach on that?
Yeah.
It's all back there.
Yep. Hear that noise? What did you understand that? Did any of those taser phones hit you here? Did you have any effect whatsoever? You obviously were contacting people that you felt that, right?
Yes, sir.
So after you hear that, where are you heading to now?
Just trying to pull away.
You kind of got to go out. That owl, that. During this entire time, where are your hands? They're up. Are you ever being aggressive towards any of the officers? The beginning of that showed you kind of like moving your left hand towards the officer. Do you understand why that was happening?
When I spun back around, I said, please don't do this to me.
Objection, ask.
Overruled.
So you just got hit by by Officer Cruz in the leg, correct? Take a rest. Why did you put your hands up your the officers are saying that, they were telling you to get on the ground, comply. Why didn't you get on the ground and comply? Hear that second one? What it comes to this first reason. Did it strike you? Have any effect on that second case? So the jury found the only effect of any electricity was from blood that was the concentration of the what do you see there? Now we can't see you on this video. Where are you and how far are you away from that spray? And you went off the scene with your hands like this. Where were your hands as you're off the scene? And where did the spray hit you? Upon getting hit in the face with the spray, what did you do? Bend over. Stop right there. And your multiple get on the ground. And they were saying that show the jury what you were doing when you were going to get on the ground. My shoulder, my hands on my face, get on the ground. So you're down on your knees with your hands on your face, just so you're yelling. Get back. As he's yelling to get on the ground, are you on the ground? Yes. Did you think you were compliant? Yes, sir. Now, at the time you're on the ground, what was your concern? The spray again in your face? I felt like my face was on fire. Did it ever stop bothering you the entire time this whole incident occurred?
Sustained response.
Now you're on the ground here, and then go ahead and sit down. Move on to Mr. Carter, you're on the ground, on your knees with your hands in your face. Tell me what happened next.
As I'm on my knees on the ground, I'm just trying to hold my face together, and I felt some blunt force strikes on my right shoulder, just below my neck.
Yeah, I'm going to need it again, so I didn't want to move it. I'm sorry. Going back and forth. Thank you. And what did you do in response to those hits? What were you thinking in your mind?
I thought I was going to die on that corner.
Why'd you think that?
They told me to get on the ground. I was on my knees, on the ground, and when I did that, I started to feel strikes towards my back, and I just thought they were going to beat me to death on that corner.
And what did you do?
I got up and I ran
Why'd you run?
because I thought I was going to die on that corner.
Okay. And as you're running, what are you thinking?
I'm just trying to rid myself of that situation and get it over with.
At some point, did you realize running wasn't the best thing?
Yeah.
And what did you hear as you were running?
I heard the sound of their belts.
Okay. And what did you do when you finally came to realization? Did you stop?
Yeah, I better stop.
Okay. And what did you do next?
I stopped running. I waited for traffic to stop, and I crossed the street, and I peered down the street, and I saw a figure coming towards me.
Okay. And you've seen the grainy videos. Does that depict what happened on that curb when you sat down and what happened afterwards?
Exactly, yes, sir.
Your Honor, may I publish that to the jury?
You may.
I'm sorry.
Yes. What is the exhibit you're showing now?
Yeah, this is state's exhibit.
Thank you.
So far at the top right hand, you'll see a person walking across the street with that. And why did you decide to just sit on the curb? When you come and sit on the curb, there's a figure to your left. Who's that? And what did you say that you said? How was your body? Exhausted. Hard to watch the screen. See that over there. When he kicked you, what was your body like? What did you think in your mind? I don't think of it.
Yes, that's fine. Members of the jury, you're excused to the jury room. Please relieve your notepads as you exit. Please also remember not to discuss the case amongst yourselves.
Jurors are exiting.
Mr. Carter, go. Matthew.
Yes, of course. We'll be in recess.
Yeah. 20.